Look, it's critical for him to be there right now. I can't say that enough. It is critical that he show his support for the state, for the victims there. Don't forget, in Katrina, all the criticism that President Bush suffered because he was late to take action, and he was late to be there with resources. And I can remember I spent a lot of time there covering the aftermath of Katrina, and there would be trailers lined up for miles, and they couldn't get the trailers because FEMA was so disorganized to the people that desperately needed them. This is going to be a real test for him to show the country how he's organized and how he can make sure that the resources get to those that need them. It's going to be a very difficult process, but this is his background. He's got a business background. He's a builder. They're going to need so much help.
And also just emotional support, Harris, right? I mean, I saw this when my dad was governor of Utah, the coordination that you have between the local officials and the President of the United States. And as you said, Ben Carson, who's head of HUD, not just to coordinate
together. He's critical because he's got to oversee some of the funding allocation in terms of giving help. I mean, that's because so much of what we will see will be those structures that are government structures to house people. We didn't go back and do a lot of that reporting after Katrina 2 and 3 years later when those people were still post-shelter living in government housing. That's a difficult spot to be in.
I agree,
but we saw it with Sandy.
Well, I still believe, look, we're talking about checklist 101. What the president's going to do is in the FEMA guidelines, and congratulations to him for doing all the pomp and circumstances, and Trish, to your point, making sure that everybody feels comfortable. But let's face it, that jet landing isn't going to take anybody out of the misery that they're suffering right now. There are people leaving behind memorabilia and things that they're never going to get back. Their lives are completely ripped apart, and it's the people on the ground that are bringing these dinghies in and going to get these people, and we'll continue to do that.
You know what's been interesting, too, is to watch private business, Trish, and their contributions. Bass Pro Shops just saying, donating a bunch of boats to the rescue efforts there. It's also been interesting to see how private business is stepping in as well.